Okay, well, I just did this unboxing for the Niche Zero, and I've not really had a chance to play with it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to check it out together. Um, Pretty simple machine, in my opinion. The lid feels, I think the lid's probably my biggest complaint at the moment. This feels cheap. A little sticker on it. And one thing that I do think is kind of cool is it has this cord retainer. So that's about as far as it can pull out. But if you have it on a counter, that is kind of like an annoying thing with cord management for like espresso machines or grinders. You end up with a whole bunch of these thick cords. It has toggle switch on and off. It has this stainless dosing cup. It has this tray for the dosing cup. I've been kind of curious about this, see if they had like a magnet or something. They don't. It just kind of lays on there, which I'm not a fan of. But the dosing cup itself I really like. So have our 58 millimeter Portafilter, and it does fit in the top. Not even tried it, but it does fit nicely. So you can give it a quick shake and distribute your grounds. It does go quite deep into the Portafilter. So you're going to get a little bit of a ring around the edge that you'll need to settle as soon as you pull that out. I like the ones that go on the outside personally, but it is pretty nice to fit in there. The clearance, that was one thing that kind of just immediately annoyed me. Like, if you're just not watching, I've already been hitting that chute. So I'm not sure. It is nice because it's nice and close, so you're not going to get so much of a spray, I hope. Now, one big thing that I did notice is, at least from the factory, there is no way to really hold a Portafilter other than to just hold it yourself. So you're just kind of put it there, and I know if you've used one of these, you know they're very slow. So you're going to be here for like half a minute holding this thing. Not a fan of that. With these zero retention grinders, I kind of like the dosing cup. Like this one I've been using a lot, and I've been a big fan of the dosing cup. So I'm going to duck down real quick and plug this in. We're going to grind some of our first grounds out of it. Good and slow. Wow, that is very slow. Much slower than I expected. So I got my Akaya. Let's see. We got some Good Brothers beans. I don't have a scoop down here, unfortunately. There's 18 grams. Got this India. It's been really good for AeroPress. Been loving it. It smells amazing. So, let's see. Has like a ball bearing for the dial indicator. It does feel stepless, so it is a stepless grinder. It is backwards from what I'm used to. I don't know. They're all different. I can't remember which way my Super Jolly goes, but it is backwards, at least from the Turin. We're just going to open it up before we grind. Get sidetracked. Hope this is how you open it, because I have no idea. I think you have to remove that. So they provide the screwdriver. Let it go. I don't know how you get this out. Okay, this is real tight. So you can see they're very large Mauser Rober burrs. A little bit smaller than the compact K10 that I looked at a while back, but they got a lot of heft. They look pretty nice. I don't know if I needed to take that disc. Yeah, I did. It has this little puck or this little disc that fits on top, and it just allows a couple beans in at a time to prevent the beans from popcorning up. So I know that is going to slow it down quite a bit. Okay, so we're just going to throw it on like maybe a 13, because I really don't even know where to start. So put in 18 grams. That's one thing I'm already noticing. It doesn't hold that many beans. If you're doing maybe like a little bit bigger, like a drip machine, I think you're going to have to run a couple times through this. It can hold quite a few, especially if you're removing the lid, but we're not really looking at that. We're just checking this out for now. So quite slow. I don't have a bellows for this. I've seen the people that have the little tiny bellows, but it's the Niche Zero, so it should retain none on its own, right? Guess we're gonna find out. That still has a couple more coming out, and there we go. It automatically turns off when you open the lid. Has a little magnet to hold the lid down, so kind of cool. It smells amazing. I'd say it's a little bit, it might be about right. I'll have to pull a shot. I don't have this machine on down in the basement, but let's see if you can see that. It's hard to see. But that's kind of the first, that was actually the first time I've used this, so we are going to be doing a little bit of side by side. I'm going to dial it in this weekend, and I'll probably focus on the Niche pretty heavily before I compare it, because I got to learn this before I can give you good feedback. I don't want to go into it and just say, one's better than the other. I think there's going to be trade-offs on both. I think the biggest con of this is, I think they call it the Niche Zero because there's zero available ever, it seems. So, big negative. This, I know people are waiting on it right now, but I think it's going to be a lot more readily available. And at least at the moment, it's about half the cost. So we're gonna see. Make sure to check back, and I know you will. Thanks.